Hello. How are you? It's I usually say Monday, Makeup Monday. Not Monday. It's Saturday. So grab a tea or a coffee or cocoa or water or whatever you like. And I should just call this makeup tag, and then you guys could do your makeup too, and I can watch. And we can all get some ideas and tips and stuff on how to do it. In fact, if you're watching this video, I take all of you, I do, to a makeup tag. And you know what? It doesn't have to be by the book, because we don't do things here by the book, do we? That's not us. We don't do that. No, that's not our thing. Hang on, I'm just looking. I do have some. Hang on. You know, I gotta have my moisturizer. So, my friends. Oh, big news. Big news. All right. Well, I get very excited about dishes. I do. Quite. If you know me, I get quite excited. Hang on. I'm still trying to use up this. A good old cheapie, eh? I need to get a new one. I don't want to put dark on my brush. Anyway, I'll talk to you about the crown, and I'll talk to you about some dishes. So, I've been, as you probably know, even when I'm on the treadmill, like, I'm binging on the crown, right? So, got to a lovely part where, you know, Diana and Charles finally, amicably, at one point, you know, decide to, well, the Queen really decided to leave. They weren't living together anyway. But, and this is historical, it's not gossip, it's historical. Because it is about the crown, it's about the royal family. And, boy, I got some opinions on this. If you watch The Crown, I don't think it's 100% accurate, and I'll tell you why. This narrative is significantly different than the facts that happened in real life. So, makes me be skeptical. Like, is someone from the royal family, you know, do they have something to gain in bringing this story to the public? And we can say, truthfully, Diana wrote her own book. Harry's written a spare. They all write their own books. Charles has written books. And I remember back in the day when they were still together, or just ending it, it was like in the newspaper, at least where I lived, it was like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on the royals. And, you know, Camilla's birthday, I think it was, and Diana showed up in this gorgeous slinky black dress with pearls and a sapphire pendant. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. But it was like always upstaging, you know, one over the other. And it must have been very taxing on those kids. I know they're adults now, but, you know, the stuff our parents do still affects, you know, people. And until they get some healthy tools, because if you're with unhealthy people, obviously, yeah. Anyway, it seemed to me like there was a design to perpetuate the idea that Diana had no serious involvement with Mr. Fayad, Dodi, and it seemed, like through this movie, if you watch the movie, you get the idea that the storyline around Dodi having a ring for her was based on them ducking out from paparazzi and, hang on, where's that thing? There it is. And that she had seen a ring, and he thought, okay, and then his dad's like forcing him to marry her, and he'll give him 50-50 of everything he's got, because he wanted to become a UK citizen, and the Queen wouldn't allow that. I do recall hearing in reading newspapers in the town I was in, which would have been Everett at the time in Ontario, a small little Yankee town, which is my kind of town. I miss it. Anyway, I think what I don't appreciate about this, like, or what I do appreciate first, is historical views, historical, situations that happened post-war and during the war, and how the royals survived that with the people. Of course, the royals are always going to survive. They're like filthy rich, and a lot of the public can't survive because they don't have that kind of money. But yeah, it's so history-wise, it's great as far as that. As far as the storyline, this storyline doesn't match up with what was in the papers. It seems to me, and I could be wrong, it happens once in a while, No, it happens a lot. But it seems to me that the greatest story part coming out of this is that Mr. Fayyad, set his son up to propose, and though he didn't want to, apparently, according to the story, the Crown. And I think that's really unfair. I mean, Mr. Fayyad did blame the royal family for Diana's death, so maybe this is tit for tat. I don't know, but interesting that this is, what is it? This is an 8-year-old movie, I think, on Netflix. Suppose you could probably buy it. I wouldn't watch it again. I feel like someone is just trying to make sure that the royal family comes out smelling like roses when all they are is a pile of, well, seriously. The whole thing came out that, Charles felt very guilty, and probably he did because he's a really sensitive-natured fellow. But I'll tell you, the senior royals are the ones I don't like. I like Margaret. That poor girl should have told him, back off, go away, be quiet, leave me alone. I'm leaving the royal family to be with my sweetheart. But she didn't, and she stayed, and she had bad feelings, and then later just kind of forgave it all. And I don't know. Charles he was at that point where I don't know if he would have left. I don't think he would have. I'd have been siphoning accounts. I'd had a backup plan. Like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to give myself 10 years and siphon the money off to a Switzerland account and probably move somewhere close around that area. I'd have left. If somebody told me I couldn't be with Paul, that's it. I'm out. But I'm taking the jewels with me. I mean, wouldn't you? It shows how bad I am, right? How much I put value on material possessions. And honestly, it does that very same thing with these folks as well. They horribly value material possessions, money, castles. And don't get me wrong, I like me my castles, okay? I do. It's not like I have one. Just go over and take over Craigdarroch Castle. I guess I could do that. No, because we don't take it when we die. But these poor people, they live in such a delusion of life, in my view, that I don't believe Charles actually lives a delusion. Although dude's pretty pampered. It takes 5 people to dress him. I mean, I'd love to have a discussion. You want to slim down the monarchy? Get rid of 3/4 of your staff. The ones that have to put your panties on, And a lot of people like Charles. I think he's quite brilliant. I think that slimming down the monarchy was the best thing to ever, to ever come up in opinion. And it's the best thing to do. It's the only way the monarchy is going to survive. The only way. If you're a monarchist or not, it's, you know, you got to admit, 5 people to dress one dude, something's wrong. And do they have a groom of the stool still? Because, you know, the Queen had somebody wiping her bum. That's a groom of the stool. That's just wrong. I would, you know, when even at my lowest, when I was in the hospital, I never had anybody wiping my bottom. It's like, no, 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 no. Get away from there. Private property. Stamp it, you know? Oh, my word. But they're used to that life. They're just used to it. And they bitch about people don't understand them. This is their biggest thing. People don't understand us. No one understands us. We're so misunderstood. If people would only understand, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you chose, or they, not you, but they chose riches. They chose money. They chose castles and expensive vacations over happiness, over a spouse that they once loved. And then 30 years later, they go, yeah, but so-and-so was really the love of my life. Well, they don't cry, because I don't think they can. I'm wondering if they're robotic, because I don't think I've seen a tear come out of the Queen's face, like, ever. I'm at the opinion. I was pretty much there before the movie, but I was hoping. Oh, get out of here. I was hoping that I would like her more. I really used to. I used to before I really started to develop my own opinions and have opinions away from my very much royalist family. And I can truthfully say, without a doubt, I honestly, and I felt bad when she passed. I felt like, oh, you know, this is a piece of history, and we're connected to her. And, you know, in schools, here in Canada anyway, you'd see, you know, a picture of her in the school. It became a constant. When she died, it was a piece of our history that left, and then we finally saw Charles get succession of the throne. But just personally, in my own view, and, you know, whatever, I think at a certain age they should have to retire and let somebody else do a job instead of, you know, somebody with health issues and all these other things. There should be a retirement age. I'm not going to go into why I feel that way. I just feel that way. And it shouldn't be till death. I think that's horrid. I don't feel the Queen did a good job at all. I feel like the majority of her prime ministers kissed her butt, except for Margaret Thatcher. Bless her heart. Oh, woman was on point. She really was. Oh, that hurts. She was on point. The papers made it like, if you look, you know, your newspapers at that point, made it seem like Margaret Thatcher and Queen Elizabeth were at odds. And I still feel like that was what was a popular belief. It was also being leaked to the papers. So I still, and she was, you know, being prime minister, cabinet, part of the cabinet. She had a lot of position. And I still feel like that's the way it was. But in the movie, they shine a different light. Like, oh, no, the Queen felt very warm and sensitive toward her, and gave her a metal plaque thing, whatever, to wear on her, and pinned the brooch. And yeah, I'm not showing myself. This is just a sports thing. Anyway, this movie is trying to give a different narrative on the whole thing. I'm getting that fixed tomorrow. Anyway, so that's The Crown. I think there were some really excellent writers in the movie putting it together, but I really feel more than likely someone either very close to someone high up in the royal family in high rank wrote it or co-wrote, whatever. I've got my feelings on who it is. I've got a number of opinions. Y'all know that. I'm very opinionated. It doesn't mean I'm right. It just means I have opinions. Possibly Charles, maybe even Camilla. Maybe the two of them. it didn't exactly put them in the perfect light, but it didn't put them in a light that we didn't know them to be. So we knew that they lived together for years, you know, before they married, and the queen's hand was forced to you know, like her, kind of like her? No, to put up with her, to acknowledge. That's the word, acknowledge, yes. I don't think Camilla was actually such a bad girl. I think they should have stayed out of their business when they were together, and Charles should have told his mom, look, she's the woman I'm going to marry, and if you don't like it, then I leave. Should have stood up and been a man, you know, then, instead of crippling a very fragile girl like Diana. Now that I'm older, you know, I was a year younger than her. She was born in 61. And I see how very fragile she was now. You know, with bulimia and all that stuff. I could sit back and say, yeah, I can see it. The happily ever after is what she really needed in her life, and she just never got it. And do I think that her and Dodie would have made it? No. But her and the doctor, oh yeah. Yeah. And her and Charles, no, they could have never made each other happy. But anyway, all right, enough of that. Getting some dishes on Marketplace. They're not Johnson Brothers. They're made in Staffordshire, England, and they're going to match my Johnson Brothers Pink Castles. So if you see my Pink Castle coffee pot, teapot, cream, sugar, and lid, there's 4 cups and 4 plates and 4 saucers coming, and or 5 saucers, something like that. And it's actually, no, there's a bigger another plate as well. So maybe there's 5 plates. Anyway, I thought it'd be a nice carriage for the teapot to sit on, so it's stabilized and doesn't heat up the plastic on my table. $15 for all. No, that's, sorry, it's a lie. 25. She started at 50, which she could have got more, but right now things are not selling. People are purging like crazy. So anyway, that shall be later. And I don't know when this video is going to go up. It's Saturday, so who knows with me. Just realized it did not blend. Anyway, lovely to spend time with you. I'm glad that you're here. Just going to fix one more thing. When I blend, I have to actually put a little white there. That looks better, I think. So, are you going to watch The Crown? I know a few people have started and didn't finish. This is really something that if you want to commit to, you know, a Netflix thing, it is more of a, I think, a ladies' movie. Yeah, Paul isn't into it at all, but then he wasn't into Downton Abbey the first time I started. He did the second time. You just start watching. It was like, then all of a sudden popcorn stuff in his face and watching it. It was great. And he loves the characters on Downton Abbey. I know he would like this, but for myself, it's not something I'm going to watch. It's just not. Anyway, I will show you the dishes when they come in. They'll be in a video called New to Me, which is hosted by Kimmy's Kitchen and More. Isn't it cool that she did that? You get to share stuff that you pick up on a really good, you know, on the cheap, really, and you share them with all your friends. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, I will post a picture of those dishes. They're not here yet, but I'll post a picture of them in a few minutes, I guess. What time is it? Can I see? Where's my glasses? Okay. 12:03. So I'll post that, the picture, and then put this video up probably Monday or something. Yeah. I'm trying to stick to a schedule when it comes to videos. That way I make fewer of them, and but I also do like some of the tags. The New to Me and the What's for Dinner, y'all, that's my favorite. And the Tea Tuesday, I for some reason can't stick with it. I'm trying to, but anyway, we'll see. we'll see. So we'll talk to you later. Be good. Take care of yourselves. Drink lots of water, antioxidants inside your body, lots of green stuff, feel good, exercise, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.